bitch. What's up? We're out here, man. It's a fucking beautiful day outside. Not a single cloud in the sky. A lot of life over here, man. A lot of smiles, a lot of happy people. You love to see it. So to touch on where I cut myself off last time, it is wet here, man. Why? So to touch off where I left off from last time, you know, I need a rest day for a lot of reasons. One of the things I'm also sort of resting is my diaphragm. Since I have started changing the way that I breathe, and then also done like really strict and very focused training on my diaphragm, it's kind of gotten tired. And then you've also seen that short I've uploaded where it's just me like as loud as I can, giving it everything that I got, even if it doesn't sound good, just to develop. And by the way, that's not how I sing every time. You know, it goes from singing like, you know, B.B. King to singing soft like Mac DeMarco, or like high and soft like Still Woozy, or more so singing in my regular voice rapping, or just singing in my regular voice to songs that are kind of within my vocal range. So it's like a mix of everything, essentially. But because of that, like my diaphragm is tired. I don't even really feel like singing, which is weird because I want to sing. And it's just because like I just feel tired. Like literally, it's hard to describe. I've never felt this in my life before, but it's like just the act of breathing feels tiring. It's fatigue, essentially. Like I've put a lot into it, and it's a lot at once, and my diaphragm needs a break. So we're kind of giving that a break. Other than that, man, like I said, there's a lot of tension in the body. Since we're giving the diaphragm a break, I want to focus more on, you know, active recovery for the diaphragm, which I'm not going to show that much in this video just because it really is just extremely boring, and you can't even see me do it because I'm breathing. I can explain what I'm doing, but you won't be able to see it. So I'm gonna do like some light stretches just for the core, just so that I can still progress even while I am resting, because whenever, you know, the diaphragm bounces back, this is my favorite part, right? It's my least favorite part and my favorite part at the same time, and I'll explain what I am actually describing, and that is needing to recover. It's frustrating, right? Because I want to just keep going. I want to keep pushing, but sometimes you just get tired and you really do need to give it a break and recover. And I hate that because I want to keep going. But the part that I love about it is whenever you do give it a couple days rest while still actively thinking about it and training yourself in ways that are within your limitations, you know, within the limitations of active recovery, that's where when after those 2 days of rest, you can bounce back and you'll notice dramatic improvements. It happens every single time without fail. So in a way, it's like I'm frustrated that I can't keep going, but it's a new challenge, and that excites me. That new challenge is essentially do as much as I can within the limits of active recovery. The wind's blowing. I'm not sure how loud that is. I can look for something to block it. Block the wind. I don't know how well this would work. If I could get a stick that's marked. I don't think you can break this though. That works, I guess. All right, and then right, just something loose. Covers a lot of area. And put my shirt on that, and then that will be whatever the fuck. And we're gonna have to find something different, because whenever I stretch, I don't want to just put, you know, bare skin or whatever on the thing. We're just going to consider this good enough. So, you know, you want to do as much as you can within those limitations, because, you know, you still have an opportunity to progress. And since these are your 2 days of recovery, where you are going to bounce back, and when your diaphragm recovers and you notice those improvements, these 2 days can also, in a sense, be the most important 2 days of your training, because you know you're going to bounce back stronger. But what can you do in the meantime in order to just give a little bit more, get a little bit extra out of it? So that's gonna be what my focus is on. So there's that. So I am gonna stretch out the abdomen a little bit in this. Just a little bit. You know, it said ChatGPT said, take it easy. Which I'll listen to it a little bit, but that's not really my motto. Take it easy. You know, I find it hard not to push myself. So that's my problem. You know, I feel like most people's problems are, you know, they find it hard to push themselves, and my problem is I find it hard not to push myself. It's like everybody, you know, wants to be trained on how to think outside of the box, but for me, it's like I have to train myself how to think inside of the box. And that may sound cool, but you know, it has its ups and downs, just like everything. So little physique update. I mean, you can tell just by me sitting here, physique has come a long way, which is crazy because we really haven't done any specific training for it. Like, really, I don't work out anymore. I train, that's what I say, I train, but I don't work out anymore, because working out is like an activity that you do for a set amount of time. Training, I mean, that's all day, every day, as long as you're pushing yourself and, you know, doing something the harder way so that your body can adjust to it. That's training. So what I'll do, just to get a move on things, and so I just stopped talking. It really is wet over here, man, and I don't know why, because it's been a while since it's rained. It's kind of frustrating, but I also don't want to move you out of the shade. I feel like I'll have, well, maybe I will have better lighting out in the light, eh? So I guess we'll give that a shot. Another thing we're gonna have to do is, I'll explain that after, as a matter of fact. So, current mission in this video, we need to move us to a spot where there is light, where the ground isn't wet. We need to find something that can block out the wind so that you don't hear that whoosh, whoosh, whoosh while we're recording, because this setup is janky and I would like to have my shirt back. So, we're gonna grab this. This is the setup right here. You know, just grab a little stick, put the shirt on top of it to cover it. Had to pop the hip real quick. So we'll keep the stick. That's where we prop the camera up on. La da do dee dee do da da do do do. We are looking for. I just don't think we have anything. But I mean, yeah, better lighting. Much better. But you can hear the wind, and now the wind's coming from this side, which I can't really hide that. Because if I record it this way, I feel like there's gonna be a glare because the sun's this way, right? But if we hide it from the sun, which way is the wind blowing? Okay. That works. Dude, the wind is changing directions like a motherfucker. Whatever. Okay. So honestly, you're just gonna have to deal with the sound of the wind. I'm gonna put it into like an AI recording thing, and we'll just see how much that takes out of it. That'd be cool. How's the ground feel here? Still a little wet because the sun hasn't really had time to bake in it, but I don't want to go closer to that side because that's where all the cars are. There we go. This is good. This is good. Now, what we'll do, we'll set you up right here. So you got a little spot to sit. Stab this, twist it, get up on top, a little vantage point, you know what I'm saying? My wrist isn't feeling good, so it's hard to just twist it with one hand. We're gonna look for something real quick. Something to maybe block out the wind. I'm not gonna put that much time into it. I think we are 3 letters which stand for 3 words. S-O-L, better known as shit out of luck. Fuck. It's okay. It's okay. The video started. We're here. We're queer. We're ready to go. Done wasting time walking around pretending to do something. All right, so yeah, ground feels much better here. So I guess while we sit here and talk, we'll just do, I believe this is called the Cobra stretch, man. I've been wondering what the name of this motherfucker was for months. I don't know, because I know this is downward dog, or like a cat stretch, because that's how dogs and cats stretch. But this one, I really don't know. Let's sit right here. I don't know how the lighting is. I guess is there a glare? There's a little bit of a glare, eh? Yeah. You can work with that. You can work with that. Little bitch. Oh man, that's high up though. Man. Come on, bro. Why is it gotta be so complicated? Every fucking time. Just stay, please. Just stay. Stop making this harder than it has to be. Good enough. Fuck it, whatever, good enough. This little stretch right here. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Lower back right now is really tight. Very, very tight. I mean, I basically just sat in bed all day. Played video games, so you can imagine sitting in that position. So, that's everything that's going on with me. You know, there's my little update. Diaphragmatic breathing. We've had a lot of progress, so much so to the point that we actually need to take a break. You know what it reminds me of? Whenever I was younger and I would play Geometry Dash. If you're Gen Z, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's a game where you would have to play the level several times over and over and over and memorize every small part of the level until you understood the whole thing and you could complete it all in one go, right? This, in a sense, reminds me of that, because in Geometry Dash, there were some days where it's like you would play the same level for hours in a row, just get frustrated and angry, and then you would go to sleep, get off, go to sleep, wake up. And I remember several times this happened, where you would go to sleep, wake up, and then first try in the morning, beat it. Or at least get really fucking close to beating it. And that's where your heart starts pounding, because you remember the hours where you tried and failed yesterday. Now your first try, when you wake up, you're a goddamn son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. Damn. You spent hours, right, playing this fucking game, and just to fail, and now you're damn near about to first try it, you know, so of course your heart starts beating like crazy, you know? It's natural, ain't it? So this reminds me of it's essentially the same thing. Because to all the days we were together. Because it's the same thing, you know, I'm doing it religiously, and I'm trying my best to force progress to happen, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But now I'm at the stage where, like, I know I've been here before in other activities before. I need that break. I need to rest, recover, and come back and see where we're at. You know, might be a little bit stronger, might be a lot stronger, who knows? I've never had it happen in a sense, or in this context before. You know, not with my body. This is very new. You know, now I'm not learning how to beat a level. I'm learning how to use a muscle in my body that I've ignored for my entire life. And now I can tell that I need a break from all of the training. And now I wonder what it's going to be like bouncing back. What will it feel like? That's what excites me the most. What will it feel like? So, yeah, I'm very excited for that. Very, very excited. But yeah, man, I mean, look at the physique, you know, bicep veins, core's looking great. We've done a lot of core work just because we've had no choice in order to help out the lower back specifically. You know, I need that lower core to be able to support it. That's what doing these movements actually help with. I mean, because when you do this, if you focus on the core, activating it, and then here, I'll show you from the side. So You can do it two different ways. You can either use your arms to help guide you up. That's all arms. I didn't use the core. I barely used the core there. That's all shoulders, right? Or you can force yourself to not use the arms, and at the hips, like that, activate the core, and then go up. Just little changes like that can really make the biggest of differences. And then whenever you do that, you know, I do this, I'd say I'm starting to do it more at work. Nothing crazy. I just do like 15 reps of this, 20 reps of this. You know what? Actually, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll just show you my routine that I do at work on my lunch break. So next to the employee parking lot, there's this like open little grassy patch that I like to go to. And at first, I'll just sit down like this, you know, just a natural resting position. It took me months of hard work to be able to naturally sit in a position like this without any pain. And then, so now I kind of just use it at every chance I get, use it or lose it. I really don't want to lose it, and I'm very grateful that I have it. And because I'm grateful that I have it, I want to use it. So I'll sit in this position, and then I'll kind of stretch out the ankles. So I'll put all the force on the ankles and then lift it up. So this is all ankles right here. You know, I'll try to show it as best as I can, but it's all, you know, just stretching out the ankles. And then, you know, I don't really have a set way that I do it, so I'll just stop explaining, you know, the order that I do everything in, because I don't have an order, and I'll just go through it and explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So there's that. Just stretching out the ankles, you know, getting the legs in a position that they haven't really had a chance to be in all day, just to remind it, hey, this is something you're able to do. Do it, you know, and then taking it to the extreme. And then after that, since the ankles have been, you know, kind of flattened out, now we want to bring it back up. So now we're going to do feet like this, right? And then we're just going to bounce it, put extra tension on the joint of the ankle. That's what this bounce is. I understand it can look a little, you know, gay, but you know, because that's what I'm always worried that people look at this and go like, oh, you know, they want to make a joke. But it's like, this is actually a really healthy thing to do, like very healthy thing to do. You know, supporting the jump with the arms. This is coming from the arms. This bounce is coming from the arms, not the feet. If I want to do it from the feet, I can, you know, but I'm really just carrying it safely through that range of motion, not really using the muscle, not pushing it. Very easy, very light. And then after that, now we're gonna stretch out the toes. So we're gonna go down here, stretch out the toes a little bit. You can feel it, a lot of tension in the tendons on the bottom of the foot right here. You can really feel it stretch out, especially on my right foot, because I broke that toe. So it's like really undertrained. It's just a little bit behind compared to my other foot. But you can see how it's just motion is lotion for the joints, you know? That's it. The context of this is very simple. And then what I like to do is I like to sort of bounce up and down a little bit more. Now, training kind of like just the bounciness of everything. That's really all this is. Bounce, 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 and now hands supported. Right, bounce, bounce. Stretch, 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 stretch. Right. Yeah. Cool. Now a little hip opener, because why not? The hips feel tight. You know, we've done enough work in that area. Now let's switch it up. This doesn't really feel like it's stretching enough. Put the heels further apart. There we go. There you go. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, this is very tight. I'm also a little out of breath, more than I normally am. I think it's because I just haven't ate yet today. I haven't really drinking enough water. But yeah, we're gonna hold this stretch for a while. It's really tight. Very, very, very tight. This dog might come over here and say what's up to me. I'll have to introduce myself to this guy. Yeah. But now we're good, man. We're good. Oos, oos. Okay. Might as well. This is fun to do. Yeah. What's up, buddy? See, I caught it. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? I had a feeling. Nah, you're good. Hey, as long as he doesn't bite my face off, I really don't give a shit. I got a pit bull, man. It's the same fucking thing. Yeah. Nah, it ain't no problem. So, hips feel good. Legs feel good. Calves, you know what I'm saying? This actually is fun to do. I'm gonna do this. Boing, boing, boing. Oos. What's up, buddy? I ain't your owner, bro. That's him over there. Yeah. And that ain't me. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Oos, 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 bus, 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 bah, boing, boing, boing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me try that. I don't know. I got a feeling I can do that. Close. Nah, I'm not strong enough. Come on. Nah, I can't. My shoulders, core, a lot of things. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. You know what I'm saying? And while we take a break, before we take a break, I have to explain this. Pistol squat. When I go down to do a pistol squat, so wind's picking up, I apologize. When I go down to do a pistol squat, this leg can do it, and it's because of my ankle. I don't know if you can tell, I can feel it though. This ankle falls in, like there's a lot of instability. I don't know if you can tell. Like rock. I can't really go that far. With this one, it's bang, 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 bang.
this is using the muscles in the ankle to rotate, not the leg. But this one, I don't really have muscles to rotate it out. And in fact, just doing this makes my foot really want to cramp up. I can do it on this one, but when I do it on this one, it really kind of wants to cramp up. And because of that, when I do a pistol squat, right, I can go down and hold this position. Sorry. I can't really do it, not right here. It's just too awkward. What I will do is just in this position, help myself into it. But I can, I'll just show it for example. When I do it, my foot will be out like this. This leg will be straight. But when I do it with this leg, it caves in. It doesn't hold itself straight. It does that, and it's because of the ankle. So what I'm going to do is when I sit here, this ankle caves in. See if we can show it compared to the other leg. So lay it flat, ankle, I don't know, we're just gonna see what it looks like. I feel like that one caves in a little bit more. But anyways, what I do, normally I sit crisscross applesauce like this, but what I'll do is I'll switch it up by having this leg in the inside. And what that does is honestly, it pushes the ankle in more. Well, I don't know if it pushes the ankle in more, but the leg itself is in more. So because of that, it just causes more stress and discomfort in my foot. So what I like to do in order to help fix that, got you, let's get a water bottle and put it right there where the ankle is. And suddenly, I can sit here with a lot less knee pain. There's still knee pain. There's still discomfort. I don't like that. Move it out here, see how that feels. And we'll actually just keep this leg on the inside and then push that down. No knee pain, no knee pain. That's a little weird, and partially what it is this knee is, in a sense, there's this bone right here, right? And I can feel this bone protruding, and it needs to be pushed in. But I don't have the muscles to be able to extend that out. Let's see if you can see the bone. Let's see if you can see the difference. I'll try to use the light. It's kind of hard for me to see. So there's this, and then that. This is the position it should be able to hold itself in. And it actually feels good doing this, no bullshit. So we're gonna twist the fuck out of it. Hello. We're just gonna hold it here. Get it used to it. You ain't got a choice now, bitch. You've been a bad boy. This is how you fix imbalances in your body. You know, that's again the beauty of listening to your body and training one side at a time and using common sense as a tool to guide yourself towards the path of success. A lot of words, overcomplicating it, making it sound cooler than it is. I like to do that sometimes. But anyways, it's really just the reason why I say it's common sense is because you've played the game Spot the Difference before, and you also know what the word symmetrical means, and it means that it's the same on one side as it is the other. Obviously, this is a little fucked up and crooked, but that's the way your body should be, you know? There's no reason for it to be that way. A bit of a... Again, this is just really annoying. But yeah, even because of my ankle, even sitting in this position hurts my knee, and it shouldn't. I swear, it's all because of that ankle. Well, also because of the hip a little bit, and we'll do some stretches for that later. That's something I have planned as well. Yeah, let's go back to doing this. This was fun. Just hold it here for a little bit. Maybe lean into it if we can. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. We need to lean into it. Actually, you know, we can just put the heel on our leg and hold the foot here with our hand. And that works. But, you know, so the thing with this now is, right, my ankle's in a better position where I can get down without there being knee pain, because that bone, the tibia, I believe, isn't twisting into the joint. It's in a more natural position. And because of that, I'm able to actually go down here and stretch. And normally I'm not able to do this without knee pain, and I can feel the stretch in my glute. And I have a very tight ass cheek on my right side. Left side's tight too, man, but fuck me, that right side he doesn't play any games, and that's because of partially my ankle. I mean, your body has to compensate for imbalances, in the way that it does that are in ways that aren't really healthy for your body, so it leads to more problems. And that's why if you have knee pain, for example, it's not actually the knee in and of itself that is causing, you know, it's the pain isn't coming from the knee. It is, but the reason isn't from the knee. That's really what I mean. And it's not from the quads. It's not from the hamstrings. It's a little bit from the hamstrings, but not as much as it is from the ankle and from the hip. And I wholeheartedly believe that. Never mind. I won't say that because I'm not entirely sure. But I what I was gonna say is I do believe that my quads right here are tight because of the ankle in a way. Now I'm activating the muscle. So you can see how it's like pushing up. I'm activating the muscle and pushing into it so that it can train, my body will be trained to hold this position even after I let go of it. Just training the muscles so that it will be able to keep the tibia in that position long term. That's how you can always be training, even whenever it doesn't really look like you're training. It looks like you're just sitting there. But this is a problem that I have to fix, and you know, it's boring. That's why most people don't want to fix it. Like, this isn't even hard, really. Does this look like it's hard? No. But does this help more than anything in the world? Yes. Besides fucking steroids, you know? Besides BPC 157 and TB 500, mixed with something that has like Anavar, mixed with Anavar, just for the, not for the anabolic effect, because I mean, you're taking BPC, you're taking TB 500, which are amino acids. I don't know if peptides, which is a string of amino acids, which mimic natural healing peptides in your body. So basically, whatever your body produces that helps you naturally recover, you're adding a synthetic version of that into your body in order to heal faster. Mix that with a little bit of Anavar, something for an anabolic effect, so just to also help with recovery. You know, you don't want anything crazy, you don't want to go off the rails, but mixing in something that helps your body naturally heal, and then throwing in something that's anabolic, which will help the muscles as well, and I feel like in a sense would also help strengthen the tendons and ligaments. I don't know. The way that I see it is that you're taking the peptides in order to heal the body. I've said that 3 times. I won't say it again. I'm sorry. But the Anavar is more so just for the anabolic effect to build and strengthen the muscle to help protect the joint. So you have something that helps repair joints and strengthen tendons and ligaments, and then you're adding in something to help strengthen the muscle just a little bit, you know, nice little, let's give it 30%, you know, it'll give you 30% more muscle. Sure, why not? You know, throwing in something like that to strengthen the muscle around the joint. I feel like if I were to get on a stack like that, bro, it'd be game over. It'd be game over. I took BPC and all that shit for about, I want to say a couple weeks, and I noticed improvements. I might even have a video of me talking about how, like, oh, this is the first run I went on where I had no pain, and it was true in that moment. I didn't have pain, but there was still definitely pain. Like, it was a different type of pain, but it was a better type of pain, to where it was more so just like my knee hurt because I was running, and I really shouldn't have been running. There's a reason why I don't go on runs, and it's because I know my body's not prepared for it yet. So, you know, that's why I get annoyed when I see people going on runs and shit like that, and then I look at their form and I look at how they're running, and the only thing I can think to myself is, you are destroying your body. Like, you're landing on your heels, bro. That's bang, bang, bang. Like, come on, man. You can't even land on your calves, like the tips, and bounce. That's the whole point. That's what your body was made to do. You know, I just don't like seeing people do things incorrectly, because that means that you're doing something that, honestly, I believe you're not allowed to do. And you're not allowed to do it because you're supposed to operate within your own limitations. You never go above that, because you're only going to hurt yourself. There are benefits, but there are pros and cons. And I would like to do something that has the most benefits and the least amount of negatives. You know, and I feel like that only makes sense. So, anyways, foot's feeling good. Foot's feeling good. There's a little bit of tension and whatnot on the outside of the knee now after that, and it actually kind of hurts to hit. Carry it through its range of motion. So what we're gonna do is, now that it kind of does hurt, we've been in this position long enough. So what I like to do is, because whenever I do sit like this, actually, my knees do start to hurt. So what I like to do is just, you know, carry the knees through their range of motion. This is also great for the hips as well, but it's applying pressure right here on the inside of the knee, right? All on the inside of the knee. And then on the outside, right here, put weight on that. Especially if you take your ass off the ground, now there's really pressure on the outside of the knee when you do this, and there's weight on it. So, you know, again, it's just working both sides. Take the ass off the ground. Keep the torso pointed straight, slow and controlled. Look for problem areas. Right here, it's a problem area, a very infamous one for me. So we're just gonna hold it here, shake it, right? I'm not purposely trying to shake this. Well, I am, but I don't want to. This is called chase the snake. I've said it before, I'll say it again, chase the snake. That essentially just means there's clearly an instability, your leg's shaking involuntarily. So hold it in that position. I bet you that shit won't shake anymore. You know, that's the whole point of it. So we're just gonna do this. Well, actually here, hold up, make it a little bit harder and focus on form, because we are kind of, in a way, fucking this up. I'm not really focusing. And we'll stay on the tips of our toes. Ouch, maybe not. The big toe, when I go out like that, kind of hurts. Stay on the tips of the toes, heels off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Okay. A little twist, 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 twist. Now we'll hold, just cause, why not? I feel like I need to hold it, doing it too fast. Okay, opposite side. Make sure our form's actually correct. Okay, now, twist, 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 same thing. Now hold. This is harder than the other side, honestly. One thing I like to do whenever I twist the body, back to diaphragmatic breathing, it stretches the abdomen a little bit. So I like to do a deep belly breath and really push out to stretch the muscles, you know, and like really push it. I feel like that'll help me with singing and really just breath control and capacity long term. So you see me twisting, I'm essentially taking a deep breath, expanding, and then like pushing for that stretch. I'm like feeling it out. I don't think I'll, yeah, I can't really do it on that side. These kids are coming out here to play. Yeah, I want to do that on the other side now. So other side, let's make sure form's the same, right? Twist, we'll first do this. Yeah, really not much I can do here. Yeah, no. But if we twist here, this is where we'll get it. Oh yeah, it's tight on this side. I'm gonna take a deep breath outside of the stretch and then move into the stretch, just because it's kind of hard to breathe in, because this is definitely a bad side. I'm happy with that. So that is the now in and outside of the knees, hips, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this real quick. Move in and out of this, because this still hurts, right? Open sesame, open sesame. I don't know. I got trees around me and the sky is glowing. I don't know. So there's that. Now let's just go back to our old bread and butter. Essentially just what we started out with. The lower back's feeling tight again. You know, back to the old bread and butter. So I have again, weakness in my upper back, causing me to have bad shoulder mobility. And that's kind of what's affecting me right now. That's what this is all about, pushing down with the shoulders, right? But this is hard to do. Like, my left shoulder can go. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see the difference, because my right shoulder can't go further than this. It can't. It should be able to go higher. But it can't. It literally can't. don't know. It's just so fucking frustrating, man. I shouldn't still be having this fucking problem, dude. This is painful. Right, back to old bread and butter. A little toe trainer real quick, you know what I'm saying? Rock, rock, rock. Bread and butter. Oos. See how it's shaking? We'll hold it here. Again, it's like, oh, since you want to shake, since you want attention so fucking bad, well, you'll get it. You will listen to me. My shoulders are getting tired. One thing I like to do too as well, and by the way, I do all of these on my lunch break, except I'll be under like a time constraint, so I can't really sit around and waste time like I am now. It's just one thing on to the next, on to the next. Another thing I like to do is I'll do this, right? And then I like to make right angles, because again, you're chasing symmetricity. So because of that, I like to get in this position, flex the back, right? Grab the heels and then push into the lower back. It's like you only want the lower back to bend, and then you just push into that. Okay, and then the right angle I'm talking about, straight line, right arm, 90-degree angle, Very simple to do. And this will point out imbalances. I'm better on my left side than I am on my right because the lower right side of my back is like chronically tight, and it's the muscles in the abdomen, but it's also my psoas muscle on the lower right side of the back. Right, so right angle. And then it's like, it's honestly just hard for me to even get down into the position. So it's just me trying my best, essentially. And another thing that prevents me are the knots on here, because my shoulder's frozen. It should be able to go further forward. There's knots limiting it. So that's also a part of what I'm focusing on stretching in this movement, are those tight muscles. Very painful on that side. That's why sometimes you'll, after seeing me doing a stretch, see me reach back and sort of rub out that knot just because it fucking hurts. Another thing I've been doing during lunch breaks is this, just twisting, this, pushing the shoulder blades back into those knots and exploding as if I'm throwing a punch. So and then we'll start to, instead of just pushing back, now we'll push forward while pushing back on this side. So So there's that. Now, that's the thing about your legs being in this position for so long. This is why earlier I said my hamstrings kind of partially are the problem to my knee pain, because I don't really focus them enough, because it already just feels like I have so much to do, but I really should start doing this. Very simple. It is literally just boom, knee off the ground, ass off the ground, bop, bop, straight. Keeping pressure on it the entire time, right? Even when you go down, it's not just, we're gonna drop. You almost wanna like back your ass away in order to put more tension on the hamstrings. Like, instead of just coming down, like straight down, you almost wanna go like this, like up, and put tension on the hamstrings and then come down. Ooh. Yeah, try this one out. Tell me how easy it is, because seriously, I'm out of shape, man. You'll have no idea. I've been training like this for a year, and I'll ask people, bro, try this out, and they just do it effortlessly. And it just shows me how out of shape I am, and really how out of shape I was, because they can do shit like this effortlessly, and I wasn't able to do it. So yeah, give this a try. Please tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this move? How easy is it? Honestly, give all of these things that I'm doing a try. Tell me how it felt. Tell me if it feels like something you need to do. Tell me if it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You know, is it hard? That's really what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this actually. I never do this. My hamstring just feels itchy, which is a good feeling to have. That means it's healing. You ever get a cut and you really want to itch it? Yeah, it's healing. Right? Just focusing on squeezing that hamstring the entire time as much as possible. I can't really do it the entire time. So we'll lower our ass to the ground when we get near the end so that we can keep the squeeze going, and then raise when we come out. There you go. So you don't need to watch a YouTube video. You can figure this shit out on your own. And then come down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Out. Up. Now, when I get close to giving up, that's where I like to just speed it up. Holy fuck. Crazy. My tibia, whatever this muscle is very sore. Tibialis, this might be what this is called. That actually is what burns the most, not the hamstring. Ow. But my hamstring itches. Literally. That's why I'm hitting it. Itches. Weird feeling. But it feels good. All of it itches. Feels good. All right, next leg. This is my good one, but we'll see. So this will actually prove to me, in a way, or at least give me evidence. That's what I'll say. It'll give me evidence as to what is leading to my knee pain. Because remember how earlier I said maybe partially, I don't know if I said maybe, but let's just say part of what my knee pain is on the right side of my knee is, you know, underdeveloped hamstrings in this position or context specifically. So we're gonna do it on this side, and if it's easier to do on this side, I understand that glares. I hate this so fucking much, man. I'm sorry. This makes me angry. How's that fucking possible? Whatever. This works, I guess. Well, I'm not wearing the hat anymore, so we can just back it up. Put the hat right there. So, it's better. So, if this is, you know, just as, you know, the same difficulty, we'll just put it that way, on the left side as it is the right side, then it'll kind of point towards the direction of the knee pain is more so because of my ankle and my hip rather than the hamstring, because, well, these are both the same. This one doesn't have pain, but this one does, which means the problem isn't this, it would be this or this. It's just 1 + 1 = 2. In this case, it would be subtraction. You know, you're looking at the numbers that you're dealing with, and then you're subtracting everything, and then whatever's left over is the answer. Algebra, actually, this would be. Very interesting. That's why I love math. Math is everywhere, man. Rhythm is everywhere. Music is everywhere. And I believe what it is it is simply, to boil it all down to 2 words, the truth. Or to boil it down to 1 word, it's real. What is real and what isn't? You know? It's like listening to a story and the emotions in that story and feeling it, understanding it, putting yourself in that person's shoes and how they would feel, and then hearing the way that the music speaks to you based off of the story that the person is describing. Now imagine yourself, you're in somebody else's shoes, like Kate McCann in A Murder Ballad from Colter Wall. You're in the shoes of a person who works his ass off every day and eventually finds a girl through somebody that he works with. I believe it's his boss. And he stops fucking around, you know? He stops just drinking, and I don't know if he says that in the song. Got me a job and I quit my rambling. So he doesn't meet the guy through that then. He gets a job, he quits his rambling, he stops fucking around, and he saves up a quarter of his pay every day so that I could buy a diamond ring. Lord, and one day I come home to find my darling angel's not inside.
So I made for the creek where she and I did meet, and I found her with some other lover. And imagine, you hear that, right? You meet somebody, and then through that, he introduces you to his daughter, and you trust this man, and she's the most beautiful girl you've ever seen in your life. And because of that, you quit fucking around, you get a job, and you save up a quarter of your pay every day so that you could buy her a ring. And then one day you come home to find that she's not inside, and you made for the creek where you and her first met, and then you find her with another lover. Whoo! And you're thinking about that, you're listening to it, it's quiet. And this is where it, like, the music, everything stops, and it gets quiet. And then it works its way up, and then it's just like it goes from silence to louder and louder and louder, and the emotions building up, the anger's building up, until then I put 3 rounds into Kate McCann, and I fucking killed that bitch. That's what it is. You can feel it. That's what's real. That is what's real. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Listen to the music and how he is portraying in this story that he's telling, because it isn't true, that he sacrificed everything for this girl. Whatever he used to do, he did it for her, and he looked to build a future with this girl. And then the ultimate betrayal, me and you first met, you're with another lover, and then you just everything gets quiet. It lets that settle. It lets that conclusion settle, and then that's when everything starts to build up. That's when the music gets louder and louder and louder, and then boom. I mean, just that's what's real. That is what's real. Even if it's just a story, it's real, undeniable. And that's why I love music, because there's so many stories where it's just like, put yourself in that person's shoes, feel what they feel while listening to the music. And how this is why I know that music is its own language, because the music is quite literally a representation. The instruments that are playing and how they're playing is a representation of the story, right? And then you meet some people who are unique, like Yellow House. Believe it or not, this is very interesting. I hope somebody's still listening. If so, please put in the comment section real quick that you listen to this part. I really love this. So I actually asked him on Instagram, like, why do you play such happy, like peaceful sounds that are like upbeat and like, but when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, fuck, god damn, this is real. Like, I don't understand it, baby, does it show? Feel overwhelmed by lack of control. I'm just trying to think of there's one where it's like, trade in your boobs for a better view. That's just, I don't know. Well, there's this one where it's like, well, that's Chamber of Reflection, I'm sorry. But the song starts the same way. It feels the same every day. But the song, it feels like da 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 da, but it's like you listen to it. Anyways, the point is, I asked him this question. I'm sorry, I ramble on. I asked him this question, and he said that he likes to add a nice, happy tone to it, so people want to listen to it, while putting in a sad message behind it, so that people want to listen to it in a sense. And that was just really cool. But Yellow House, it just goes to show that it's also the intention that you create music with. It's not all the same. That's also what I love about music, is that it can be real, but it can also be unique. You get to decide how you want to create and portray it, but it can still be real. And that is the ultimate message of life, is what is real and what isn't. And that is what will guide you to the truth. Jesus, the way, the truth, the life. What is real is a part of that message, that there is a higher meaning to the universe, that everything connects somehow, and that we, in a sense, have to connect the dots. And I actually watched a video, which this relates to this, about how some people say that science is dying because of atheism, which is strange, because atheism is, atheists always rely on science. And the sense is that since and this is a very interesting point to make, and I really do believe it's the truth, that if you don't believe in like a higher being, that somebody created this universe that has order and that everything is in some way connected, then you don't search anymore. You aren't looking
for that level above what is here, if that makes sense. It's hard for me to describe. I haven't really thought about it much in a way that I can describe it to other people, but it's like music and how stories are real, right? And how they mean something. But the same goes with people and reading people. Like, you've seen it before, right? And you already know how the conversation's gonna go. You already know, how they're going to act and what they're going to say. And you know this because it's real. You've experienced it before. It's predictable. And there's just something there's a connection there between music and between people. There's a connection between music and combat sports, because in a way there is a sense of rhythm. That's why people say that, boxing at the highest level is a form of art. And that's also what I believe that art is. Art is real. And in a sense, art cannot be real. It can be a mockery of what is real. But in a sense, that still proves what is real, because you are mocking the truth. You're still mentioning it, if that makes sense. It's hard to describe. I wish somebody else could explain it for me. But it's just, things are connected. And I feel like people spend so much time distracting themselves that they don't notice these things. And if you try to explain it to them, you see how that shoulder's further forward, man? Really fucking annoying. When you try to explain to people these things, well, I haven't really tried to explain this to people. I've only explained it to one person, and that was actually last night. It's an old high school friend of mine that I went to school with. But you can't explain it to people because they won't listen. They're not, the sad reality and truth is that they really just aren't capable of listening as much as you wish they could. But, and that sounds like it's like, listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. No, because all I ever fucking do is listen to you guys. But I know that y'all aren't capable of listening to me, or not capable. Again, I've already went over this in the Story of My Life videos, which I still have to edit and upload. Not capable, but it's like you don't want to. You don't want to listen to me, which is a shame, because I really feel like I have a lot to offer. Like, I really do. I want to help people. I love teaching people. I love helping people understand interesting things that they may not have noticed, because then they can use that, remember that, and it will carry over. That's the most important part. It'll carry over. It's not about, oh, he just showed me that and that was cool, and that's the end of it. I mean, of course, everybody loves to do that too. It's fun to show cool shit. But showing somebody something that they'll remember and that they'll at least be able to spot, Like, imagine somebody tells you, like for me, this is a good example. I got really into Call of Duty Zombies and 115, Element 115. I remember I was really into COD Zombies, and then I noticed my ankle sort of pushing out. So I'm gonna push in my ankle and hold it in this position, force it. We'll do it with this arm. This is awkward and painful. But I watched hours of those videos. And then I noticed every time I went outside, I would notice 115 everywhere. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Somebody tells you something and tells you that there is a connection. They show you the connection. And then you yourself, on a day-by-day basis, start to connect the dots. You do notice it. You're like, oh, fuck, wait, that reminds me of that. And that's what everything is about. That's what it's all about, man. It reminds you of that. It's, man. And, people make it, I think people make a mockery of it. They call it being a polymath. And then it becomes its own trend. It becomes the new Sigma. I'm a polymath. I'm this and that. That's not what it's about. It's about noticing the beauty of the world that was created, that you had the opportunity to be born into. That's what it is. It's just noticing things and going, that reminds me of that. And then you have to sit there and think, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? And it's hard to find an answer to that question. What does that mean? But it means something. It's like you can feel it, there's something there, but you just don't know. yeah, people like, talking about, oh, you want to be a polymath because it'll help with work and this and how to train yourself to be a polymath. Okay, I'm just a hater, bro. I haven't even watched any of these videos, but I've just seen it before, like videos like that, and it's just people wanting to feel special that are, in a sense, maybe self-conscious. I mean, maybe it does lead some people on the right track. Again, tell me in the comment section. Maybe I'm just fucking wrong, but I've just had so many bad experiences with videos like that, to where it's like you look at the community and just in the comment section what people were saying, and you're like, Jesus, dude, you're not doing this for the right reasons at all, and you think you're important. You're not. I'm sorry, bro. None of us are really that important. I have found, I don't know about saying that out loud. That's because you never know when certain people are watching. But let's just say this: people don't give a fuck. Okay. There are a lot of things I'm very passionate about, care about, and people don't care. And that's just the reality. They have their own worries. They have their own things that they care about. You can't expect everybody to care about what you care about. You aren't the center of attention, okay? And the quicker you learn that, the happier you'll be. The less you'll start seeking the approval of others, because you'll realize, man, nobody gives a fuck. And if they do give a fuck, and especially if they think they're better than you, while giving a fuck, well, then guess what? That textbook, by definition, makes you better than them. I don't think that I'm better than you. I think that we're the same. But you think you're better than me. And for what reason? Because if you want to sit down and have a conversation about, and let me point out all the things that I know are wrong with you, do the same to me. That's fine. I know I have problems. That's okay. But let's sit down and talk about it. And let's see who's more comfortable getting shit on. Okay? I think the reason why you're so judgmental is because you have problems with yourself. So you take that out on other people. You look at me like I'm the problem when I'm not the problem. I haven't done anything to you. I'm fucking minding my own business, dude. And I've never actually had people flat out. I've heard whispers a couple times of people saying shit about me. Like whenever I'm at work, for example, outside stretching, it's I know I look weird. I know I'm out of place, but I'm a cool person. If you want to, I can explain to you why I'm doing this, and it's a big deal to me. It's really important to me, and I'm sure you have things that are really important to you that you worry about. You get what I'm saying. I'm over explaining it because in a sense it's not an insecurity of mine. It used to be an insecurity of mine, but now that I've really thought about it, it's not really an insecurity. It's more so just I hate that the world is this way. It's the truth. That right there, that's real. The world is this way. There are people like that out there, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that sucks, because there's so much beauty out there, and all I want to do is share it with people and have other people share it with me. I love hearing people doing things that they care about. I love it. And I will tell you, go further, keep doing it. I love that you're doing it, Tell me how it was, and then the next time I run into you, hey man, how was that? Yada, yada, yada. I care, but you don't find a lot of people like that, at least where I'm at in my life. There are people who do care, I've noticed, and I'm starting to get better at stepping out of, not my comfort zone, but more so, since I've started recording these YouTube videos, my mind has gotten a lot sharper, and I'm a lot more of an active listener now. Even whenever I'm just working, I'll still be listening to everything around me. And anytime I have an opportunity to jump into a conversation with somebody, I just do it. Again, I'm not looking for an attention. I'm not hoping that, people laugh at every single joke. It's just, if I feel like it's the right place and the right time, I'll say something. And the reason why is to just sort of get myself out there and connect with others, because, the people that really matter, the people that actually are real people, they won't always necessarily go out of their way to talk to you. So sometimes you have to make the first move, and that's what I've started doing, because I don't want to because I can see myself in the future not doing what I'm doing right now, and then I end up being alone and surrounded by people who I don't really truly like, that I don't feel like are gonna go anywhere. And that I don't even feel like I could help them go anywhere, because they won't listen. They don't want to listen. And, I'm not asking that
people let me tell them what to do. That's not at all what I'm doing. It's more so just like, hey, you know, I've kind of noticed this, you know, maybe try doing this or that, you know, and then you just give me your input. You tell me what you think about what I said. That's it. You know, as long as you're not just getting offended. Jesus, man. And that was the thing with Dade last night. I was able to do that, and he did it. That's what I love about Dade. He challenged me. Like, there were a few times where he challenged me. He even got me to change my mind. And that's fun. That right there is a lot of fun. That's a lot of tension on the ankles right there after doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the whole purpose of us coming out here is just to get rid of tension. Which is why we're really not doing anything crazy. Da 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 do. Yeah, so diaphragmatic breathing, that's gonna be a point. We're gonna go home, eat a fuck ton of chicken wings, some ice cream, protein shake, but I also need something else to get in there because I want to go into a food coma, bro. I want to eat a lot to the point where I cannot eat waffles. There you go. I just don't want waffles because it's basically just sugar, and sugar that's high, I mean, that's inflammation right there. You know, sugar equals inflammation. Excess sugar. All right, let's see real quick. This is something I'll do every now and then. You've probably seen me do this in a video before. Let's see if the muscles in between the shoulder blades and it have gotten stronger, and if our core has gotten stronger to be able to compress. That is essentially what I test out every time you see me do this. It's just a test. Because my feet should be able to smoothly glide in between. It's gotten better, much better. So that's better. All right. Just gonna move. Let's do quicker movements. We've been doing a lot of slow shit. We're just gonna fucking sort of shake around. I feel like I'm at the stage now where it's like, I kind of need to start doing shit like this. I understand it looks retarded, but it's like I really do need to start doing this. Because it should be easy. There shouldn't be pain and whatnot whenever I do shit like this at all. This fucking hip and the ankle. Like this leg, this side is the side that has the problem. This side, like no problems. I mean, you know, that problems, obviously, I'm not perfect, but I'm talking about like big problems. An imbalance. An imbalance is a big problem. So, bop. Right? And then pressure on the toes, taking the heel off the ground. You can't see it, but taking the heel off the ground while adding a little bit of a twist. Right? Now, hips, 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 hips. This. Now let's go further down, further down. Now we're gonna hold it in the problem area. This is the infamous problem area of mine. That's interesting. My glutes are, hold up.
Oh. The muscle's shaking. Like legitimately shaking. Let's test it again. Check this side. No shaking. Shaking. Haha, that's cool. So this muscle's not shaking at all, no matter which position it is, but this one is, and I know it's weak. It's the reason why on this side, it's easier for me to do this, but when I do it on this side, a lot harder, and I can feel a lot more tension in the glutes, almost as if it wants to cramp up. It's also the same reason that whenever I dig into my glute with my knuckle, it kind of feels ticklish on this side, but also hurts. But on this side, it just fucking hurts. And also, like, the landscape of the area feels different. It feels like there's a lot more, it's more tense in this area, and it feels like there's mountains in a sense. Hard to describe. Very interesting. Very interesting. That's why I love the human body. It's interesting. It's a pain in the ass to work with, but very cool. You know what I'm saying? Training the springiness. I love doing this. I'll do this shit at work. My cardio is horrible. Like horrible, holy fuck, dude. It feels like my heart's fluttering. Again, bad sleep, not enough water. Haven't ate yet today, so it's all my fault. Whew. Yeah. So there's all that stuff. I'm really out of breath after that. You can see it though. I have, like, I'd say, let's be generous and say 70% of the way, which is still a large percent, more than half, changed how I breathe throughout the day, which is one of the most important things I think I have ever done along my fitness journey. And it only took me a little over a week, because that's what I love about ChatGPT. The reason why a lot of my progress came so slow, because I've been singing for a year, man. I've been trying to get good at this shit for a year, and I still suck. I asked Dade last night, he's a musician. He plays the guitar really well. Like, he knows music, 100% he knows music. He listens to it more than me. And I listened to it 63,000 minutes last year. I've listened to it more this year, absolutely, by far. I'm probably already at 20, 30,000 minutes. But anyways, I asked him to rate my singing. And even though it wasn't like the right circumstances, like it wasn't perfect, he said a 4 out of 10. I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy with that. It's below average, but you have to think, he plays the guitar, he listens to music all day, every day, just like myself. A 4 out of 10 from him is a fucking strong number. Because if he heard me a year ago, bro, it would have been a fucking 0. Like, you know, rate me 1 through 10, 0. Shut up. I don't want to hear you. So he gave me a 4 out of 10. I'm happy with that. It's a strong rating. It shows improvement. And I'm happy with that. That's what I care about most, improvement. It's not about being there. It's about trying to get there. And, you know, I'm excited now because I feel like it's taken me so long to get good at singing because I really didn't know where to start. And the thing is, I'm full of ideas, but sometimes I understand that, you know, when you get an idea, you have to pursue it. And you're gonna hear me say this a lot because I watched this in a video with people who solve like Rubik's Cubes. It was explained that what they learned, or how they at least learned to describe it, or maybe they just learned that, maybe they were just taught it from somebody else and they applied it to you know, Rubik's Cubes. But it's essentially, it's a slope, linear slope, y equals 1, or yeah, I mean y equals 1 over 1. It's essentially, you get an idea and then you have to add repetitions and actually train yourself to make it, in a sense, muscle memory until you get to the point where you've mastered it. And now, if you want to progress, new idea, further repetitions, slowly working your way up. And for me, it was like I would get the idea, but I wasn't sure if it was worth my time, if it was worth committing. And part of the reason why was because I vaped and smoked a lot, so I was just distracting myself and coming up with excuses for why I didn't want to fully commit to this. But also the other reason was just because, again, do I really want to spend all of my time doing this? Is there a better way to do it? I was obsessed with being, you know, perfect. I thought I was right. I thought I was doing the right things, and I wasn't, because even though, yes, I was progressing and getting better at singing, it was like I was locked in a large, dark room, and I was trying to find the one door to escape, and I'm just like tapping the walls and following the walls, like, oh, oh, what's that? No, not a door. Gotta keep looking. That's essentially what I was doing. And with ChatGPT, I just, you know, started asking it my ideas, or I would. This is why it helped, because now that I know I can ask ChatGPT, whenever I would do something and I would almost be in the zone, and I was coming up with an idea and then practicing it and then sort of getting a hold of it to the point where I felt like I could comfortably do it, and then coming up with another idea and then doing it, and then just progressively making it harder and harder and harder while I'm in this very deep meditative state, just trying to figure out, like, diaphragmatic breathing. I already explained how I sort of made breakthroughs, but essentially I'll explain it again just in case you haven't watched that video real quick. It was just me driving, and it wasn't smart to do this while driving, just because I could have passed out, but I did it anyways. I didn't know. So it started me on the way home. I just was practicing diaphragmatic breathing on the way home. And then one thing I really started to focus on was the muscle, the diaphragm itself, pushing down and allowing the belly to expand in order to pull the lungs. So, right? And then what I wasn't doing, which I started to do and I realized, was it feels like I should let my rib cage expand. So what I did is I just exhaled and then naturally breathed in and then just let the rib cage expand. I didn't think about making it expand. I just kept breathing in until it expanded. And then I was like, okay, that feels a lot more natural. That feels a lot better. Now let's, you know, let's keep doing that. And then I was doing that at a 1-to-1 ratio. So, you know, breathe in 3 seconds, breathe out 3 seconds, really just focusing on having a steady control of the belly rising and inflating and deflating. We'll just say that, rising and lowering. And then once I did that, I started to see, like, okay, I'm getting a little out of breath. So I started to basically changed the ratio. Instead of it being a 1-to-1, it was a 1-to-2, or, you know, similar, close to that. And then, because now I'm not getting out of breath. And then
what I started to do in order to make it, hey, whoa. Damn, it just got chilly up in this bitch. But hey, there's no glare. The sun's going down. We've been out here for a while. So we can put our shirt back on, baby. Well, maybe I shouldn't, just because I'm, diaphragmatic breathing. Okay. So then after that, I wanted to match it to the pace of the song. Like, instead of it just me, because I was listening to the song and I was listening to the lyrics at this point while I was practicing diaphragmatic breathing and driving. I know I'm doing a lot at the same time, and it seems counterintuitive because it seems like it would be taking my focus away from a subject, but I sometimes find it a lot better to do several things at once, at least things that I'm comfortable with, while trying to learn something new. I can't tell you why. I might have ADHD. I've never been diagnosed, but it is cold here, so suck it up. So yeah, diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, I have to put on the shirt because there are kids coming over. So diaphragmatic breathing. Instead of it just be deciding how long I want to inhale for and exhale for, since I'm listening to this song and I understand that breathing, and not just breathing, but the timing of your breath is important when listening to music, maybe I should now try to match the pace of my breath to the music that I'm listening to and the beat. So let's say it's boom, 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 boom. It would be breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, just like that. So, and then once I got the hang of that, I started to just, because I remember ChatGPT saying something about doing like pulses whenever you're breathing in. So let's say you breathe in and then but okay. So this is going to be a little complicated for me to explain. It's breathe in, but then like sort of make a quick burst, but you're not punching, it's not like that. It's more controlled. So let's say it's a rapid rise and down, but it still is like a wave in a sense, but it's a rapid crash. So it's like you're basically just zoop, 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 over and over and over. So I started doing that where it was like I did those pulses, but I still wanted to keep it controlled in a sense. And then once I got the hang of that, and once that started to feel normal, then just to the beat of the song, that's whenever I would, so like on the quick parts of the song, not because whenever I started out, it was boom, ticka boom, 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 reset, boom, ticka boom, 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 reset, boom, ticka boom, 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 reset, boom. So instead of it being every reset, it would be to the boom, chicka boom, 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 boom. So it would be like, I don't know, like it's kind of like that, like kind of like that, and keeping it controlled. So doing that to like the beat of the song, but like how I'm feeling right now, I started to get a very buzzy feeling because now there is a lot more oxygen coming in and out. And through doing that, I decided to, what the fuck, where did the kids go? Bro, what? Okay, well they walk, I guess they're just in the woods. Okay, that confused me, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, I noticed that I was starting to get out of breath, and then after that I started to control how much I was inhaling and exhaling. So like, now during these short like quick boom, ticka boom, 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 I would now try to prioritize the exhale rather than the inhale. And I very quickly figured out that we're gonna switch the thing because again my knees are starting to hurt. I very quickly found out that what you want to do is, one trick you can do is do like a inhale, to give yourself the air to be able to. So now all of that is all exhale. So it's just one breath, but you also get to control the pace at which you exhale to the beat of the song. So you get to, in a sense, control how much you're breathing in and breathing out, even though you're still matching to the boom, chicka, boom, 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 boom. And then after that, I also started to hold my breath, but without closing my throat and without activating my chest muscles, because I would get like really out of breath. Like, it was just an experiment of mine, because now that I've done that, now I want to let's get over oxygenated. And this is why I was saying I could have passed out. Let's get that oxygen in there. I don't give a fuck. And then what I'll do is, instead, I'll just take it as an opportunity to really listen to and feel the song. So now I've got all this oxygen stored up. Now I don't have to focus on my breathing. All I have to focus on is is holding my breath, essentially, but with my diaphragm instead of my chest. So that was something I did, and it allowed me to like really listen to the song. And then on the way home, as I was pulling into the driveway, that's whenever I just decided to, because at this point, like, I had a really buzzy feeling, like I had a lot of oxygen in me, so I decided to just hold my breath at this point. I was able to hold it for about like a minute and a half this way, and I was really happy with that. And that's the end of it. So those are the breakthroughs that I made diaphragmatic breathing, and then I wrote all of this down immediately, because I knew I made some large breakthroughs in just a short amount of time, and I was really excited. So the first thing I did when I got home, bro, is I just opened up my phone and wrote down exactly everything that happened, because I didn't want to forget. And as I was doing, it was funny, as I was writing this down and I forgot what I did, I put myself back in that spot that I was in 30 minutes ago, and I was like, okay, and then I did this. And then it's funny, because now it's almost in a way impossible to forget what you've done, because now, you literally just did it. You're able to do it. You can't forget it now. So like, as I'm writing it down, I just started doing what I was practicing. And anyways, I asked ChatGPT, and it told me, like, instead of it just being me and my own thoughts, because the thing about me, man, is I'm self-conscious in the sense of I'm scared to admit when I'm right to myself. Whoa, I just learned something new. Whoa, that's scary. Okay. So in a sense, I'm scared to admit when I'm right, because you don't want to be that person that's just like, I came up with an idea, I know I'm right, and now I'm going to keep going, because that's scary. You can get lost in your own ego whenever you do that. Like, it's very easy to get lost. So it's just something that I'm scared of. So it's nice having ChatGPT where I can just go to and ask these questions. Like, I feel like I've made breakthroughs. Like, I can see how this relates to breath control and timing, and like, I really feel like I did a good job here. And then I just asked it, and it was just like, yeah, fuck yeah. Essentially, that's what it boiled down to, fuck yeah. And it was just awesome. So now it's just, having those breakthroughs, and now doing that, because now I do that, what I just explained, almost every day, where it's like that same to the beat. It's not as intense as it was in that car drive, and I have to give my diaphragm a little bit of a break now. But doing that, and then also 70% of the time throughout the day, just whenever I think of it, essentially, I do diaphragmatic breathing. I'm basically trying to make it unconscious, to like, I'm always doing it, if that makes sense. That's the goal. I want to always be doing this. So I'm excited. I've made a lot of progress. But I'm also scared, because I know what I want to accomplish, and I'm, in a sense, like, kind of worried that I can't do it. And it's because I'm not, I don't have people around me that motivate me, like, ever, if I'm being honest, ever. And there's a lot that I care about, and there's a lot that I want to do. So it's like, it's kind of hard, right? Because it makes, sometimes, there's doubt in the back of your mind. I feel like I can't do it.
but I'm going to keep pushing because I will be fucking damned if I die and I never have been able to do this. Like, this is my life mission. It's very important to me. I've always loved music my entire life, and I want to further connect with it, and that's why I learned how to whistle, but I want more than that. I want more than to learn how to sing. I want to learn how to play the guitar. I want to be a part of what I've listened to my entire life. I don't want to just listen and sit back. So that's why it's like, in a sense, I'm scared that I can't do it. I don't have people motivating me, and I feel like, in a sense, that makes me better, you know, because I'm doing it the hard way, and for long term I feel like that'll be better, because maybe along the way I will find people who will motivate me. That's the thing. That's the conclusion of it, is that I will find those people. I just have to be patient, but I can't wait to find those people to actually start trying, because that would be fucking crazy. That is what crazy people do. That is what crazy women do. I have all of these problems, and crazy men, I'll say that, but you know, I don't date men. So that's what crazy women do, where it's like, I have all these problems and I'm not actually going to try to fix them. I'm just going to pretend that I'm fixing them and that I'm trying because I have a therapist and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But like, none of that actually fucking matters, and it's not actually doing anything. You're quite literally just running away from the truth. But I'm going to hold on to all these problems, and then the second I get a significant other, I'm going to dump it all on that motherfucker. You're like, as a man, just like, what the fuck? And you gotta deal with it, bro. You gotta deal with it. You know her. You had sex with her. You said, I love you. Yeah. So, you know, and that's the thing. I can accept that responsibility. The only girlfriend that I've ever had was this girl named Bria. I won't say her last name. But yeah, man, she had a lot of problems. And I knew that the relationship wasn't going to work out. But I also imagined a future where it could have worked out. And in order to get to that future, it meant that I had to really love her and try to support her. And since she was crazy and she had a lot of problems, she loved creating problems. And, you know, it was on me to just take it on the chin and take my emotions out of altercations and instead just try to find the real problem and confront that and talk about that instead. Try to find a way to talk about that instead. And it was great practice. I really did do everything I could for her. I was never mean to her or anything like that. I was as supportive as I possibly could have been. And she actually left me. And this is the thing about me is, you know, I may be Mr. Nice Guy, but you can't take advantage of me. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I still agreed to it because I saw those times where you did smile. And I thought that there was a beautiful light inside of you that you couldn't admit to yourself because you thought that wasn't possible, that you didn't see that in yourself. You know, you wanted to play the role of the damaged, hurt person, and you don't want to grow out of it. I don't think you'll ever grow out of it. But I saw that. I saw those times where it was like she would shine bright, and I wanted to be the person that could help her get that back. Like I would do my best to put her in situations where that would come out and to heal her. But, you know, it's like she would shoot herself in the foot. She was bipolar. And that's why I kind of stray away from bipolar people, because I really have tried. And I mean, no offense to bipolar people, man, but listen, I love helping people, and I've surrounded myself with a lot of bipolar people in the past on purpose because I wanted to help them. But I just always ended up getting, you know, taken advantage of. And this was whenever I was younger, around like 12, 13. And these people were legitimately just bipolar. And believe it or not, kids can be bipolar. It's called having a shitty family and living through traumatic events when you're, you know, really young, and then just never being able to get over it, never having, you know, parents who are even capable of supporting you through that. Because when I tell you, when you go through some crazy shit, man, especially at that young of an age, you need people to be there. You're not old enough to work through it yourself. It's not possible. That will follow you for the rest of your life. So anyways, I would surround myself with these people, but it was just like, it was always negative, and it only seemed like they brought their problems to me just to have a problem. Like it's like they lived off of the, oh my God, that sucks, I'm so sorry, like this and that. It's like they wanted validation for feeling what they were feeling, and like the situations or shit that's happened to them. And it was just like, is this all you're ever going to do? Because guess what, man? Sadly, in order to put myself in this position where I'm trying to help you, it hurts me. Because I'm feeling what you're feeling. I really am trying to connect with you on a deep level here. And it just feels like you're taking advantage of me. Because you're never actually trying to help or fix yourself. You're just sort of bringing this to my attention and then kind of fucking ruining my day. Because damn, bro, this person I really care about just had a goddamn mental breakdown and X, Y, and Z, and it's whatever. So I learned at a young age to separate myself from those people. With Bria, though, she was an exception, because she was the first girl that was ever like interested in me. And the way I work is I'm not interested with women unless they're interested in me. And then when you are interested in me, I will get to know you, and then I will decide, okay, is this the person I would want to spend the rest of my life with? Because the thing is, I don't want to be with somebody that isn't interested in me. I don't want to make somebody that isn't interested in me like me, you know? I've got better things to do. You know, I've got my own shit to worry about. But if it's just like a natural, I'm just here, I'm just being myself, doing whatever I want to do, and you like it, then that's an opportunity right there, 100%. So I'm all there for it. But so anyways, yeah, you know, she was bipolar, and she would shoot herself in the foot, and because of that, I'm not doing it again. I'll never do it again, because I tried. You know, I had my practice relationship. That was my quick little run. But you know, it just ended up with her eventually breaking up with me, because she was looking for a place to move into, and I was trying to help her find places to move into, and she just randomly out of the blue, I'm playing pool one day, and like just trying to have a good time, she just sends me a message, and essentially it all boiled down to, my uncle has a you know, room in California, I'm moving in with him, it was nice knowing you. Whoa, okay, all right. So she never gave a fuck about me, and for me, I mean, in a sense, I didn't really give a fuck about her, because I didn't think it was gonna work, but I was still gonna try my best. But it was like, still coming from her, I was like, God damn. But yeah, that hurt. But I knew she was lying. I knew she was getting back with her ex, who was abusive. So yeah, she ended up calling me like a month and a half later, crying, just talking about all this shit, you know, that her ex did, fucking chased her with a knife and etc. And it's like, okay, all right. Yeah, that shit was crazy. And like, I remember, like, why are you calling me? You know, why are you telling me this? What do you want me to do? I did everything I could for you, and you broke up with me, and essentially you kind of told me to go fuck myself. You didn't call me, it wasn't in person, it was over text. It was nice knowing you. And now you call me back crying. Like, I didn't say this to her because, you know, I don't want to hurt her. I understand she's already gone through enough. And that's part of the reason why, you know, she has an abusive ex in the first place, why she left me in the first place, because it's just bad habits. So I didn't say anything mean to her. I didn't hurt her feelings. But, I mean, essentially what I was thinking was, go fuck yourself. What the fuck are you doing calling me? You know, yada, yada, yada. And I told her that in the nicest way possible. I was like, well, I don't know what you want me to say. You know, it essentially all boiled down to, you know, you kind of broke up with me and forgot about me, and like, what do you want me to say? You broke up with me, and now you're calling me back crying. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? What's the purpose of this? Essentially is what I asked her. You know, like, I told her it's not fair. I think I said that. Like, it's not fair. You're not allowed to just fucking leave and then come back crying and what? Expect me to, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking dumb. I've been here before. I know what you're doing. Doing the same thing people did to me when I was 12, 13 years old. It's just like, oh, go fuck yourself. I don't really actually give a fuck about you. I left you
no warning at all. I left you, and now I'm coming back to you crying. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, yo, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not stupid, bro. Get out of here. Like, I got my own shit to worry about. Fuck, man. It's just funny, man. It's funny how life works. It really is. Ooh, the back, man. It gets real tense when I sit in that position. So right here, we're kind of decompressing the spine and then activating the core as we're putting it in its natural position. I feel like this just helps the core naturally support the spine long term. Just a hunch. I can ask ChatGPT, but this is a very strong hunch. You know, it kind of feels like common sense, so I'm not even gonna ask. You know, if you start to use ChatGPT, because you can use it for literally anything and everything, don't become overly dependent on it. You need to learn to think for yourself. For God's sakes, don't do anything and everything through it. It's just, because I really talk to it more for entertainment, man, because not really many people that I get the chance to talk to, because I don't have friends yet, where it's like mentally stimulating to talk to somebody. Dade last night, oh my God, he's very smart. Very smart. But he was fun to talk to. Very fun. I would love to hang out with him a lot more often. You know, like just this motion right here. I'll show it with my shirt off. Kids are gone. It's literally just this, down, activate core, activate core. I feel like this trains compression. Right. You know what I'm saying? I could do this shit all day, bro. I could do this shit all day. You can never do enough, man. You really can't. I don't know if I have a video of me doing like a reverse bridge, but I'll do it real quick just as like a update since it's been a while. I actually haven't seen what it looks like yet. Not on video. So we'll see what this looks like. Just a little update. See the progress real quick. Great stretch for the abdomen too. Oh yeah, this is a lot better. I don't have the shoulder mobility yet though. It's a real big problem. We're gonna stretch the abdomen just to help with diaphragmatic breathing. That's gonna be my focus for this. I also like to turn it into repetitions like this. Right? But now we're just gonna stretch the abdomen. Take a deep breath. So that's my update on that. Still haven't stretched out the iliotibial band, the tensor fascia latae, whatever the fuck that is. But you see what I mean? Like, would you rather go work out, do your fucking 3 sets of 10 for your 4 or 5 different movements, compound movements, isometrics, fucking 2 to 3 minutes of rest in between? Or would you rather do some shit like this? Because look, I mean, like, you're still getting muscle, but it's functional, you know what I mean? And I promise you,
you're learning to connect with your body, and you're not just learning to connect with your body, you are learning to connect with everything around you. As you get more and more in tune with your body, you don't pay as much attention to aches and pains anymore. It's not on your mind much anymore. Instead, what's on your mind is how grateful you are to be able to live in a body that is functional. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. But since you have less of that on your mind and more positives on your mind, it gives you more time to connect with the things around you. A lot more. So just that in and of itself. Oh, wow, that's big. That's real big. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Bro, I think in the video like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, this was very hard to do. Still kind of hard to do, but it's a lot better. Another thing that I do during my lunch breaks, which I haven't shown yet, was, it's actually, I should have done this in the very beginning, but after doing the, little get the ankles warmed up, in every way possible, right? And then the bounce, which my knees are actually starting to get tired, so I'm not going to do that anymore, even though what I'm about to do is going to suck. And then after that, what I like to do is just, I like to hold sort of below my ass cheeks, hold onto the hamstrings, and then slide my hands down as I fall back. It's just, I don't know, dude. It's like sliding the chamber of a Glock. It's the same thing. It's like just slide down, right? Touch. A beautiful movement. Beautiful movement. Go down, lower back, bop, slide down. Beautiful movement. You can add a little twist in there if you want. Beautiful movement. Fuck yeah. I mean, come on now. Ooh. See, that's the part where I need to work on, is that transition, bro. The transition from head to chest. You know what I'm saying? Man, I could stay out here all day, but I need to eat, go home, because I also need to eat dinner too. I've been getting that overtime pay, boy. Shit. Okay. I want to do one last thing, and then I want to two more things. It's the iliotibial band stretch, because like I said, the problem with this leg, we've already done some work for the ankle, but the problem is the ankle, but it's also the hip. So now we're going to do the hip. We'll do three things, actually. One of them, two of them are kind of the same movements, but it's the same idea, but it's a different movement, just more dynamic. And the other one is just another stretch for the abdomen. I like these ones a lot. Kind of. The first one, I'll just go ahead and get the hard one out of the way, because I'm just not really a fan of it. It's hard. It is. One thing I like to do, I've said this before. The good part about being somebody like me, not like that, being somebody who moves around a lot and does shit like this, is number one, I feel like this just helps build for like fast twitch muscle fibers naturally. It's like, doosh! It's like your legs trying to jump away. Doosh! Doosh! But anyways, the good part about moving around and shit like that is if you ever get in a chance, or like feel like you're about to get in a fight, just do this, but don't do it in a way that's like, oh, I'm fucking, what's up, dude, what's up? Do it in like kind of like an unassuming way. Of course, keep your distance, but it's just like, try not to sway the body as much, because this looks kind of feminine, if I'm being honest, right? A guy's not going to expect much of this. Now after doing this, since you've introduced this movement, right, if you really feel like you're about to get in a fight, now introduce this movement where you're just raising the leg, right? Why are you doing that? Oh, I just do it when I get nervous. I'm sorry, right? Raise the knee, because I saw this on a video, because now half the kick's done and they don't even see it coming, right? And they don't expect much of it. You're just sort of whatever. Of course, you're off balance. Like, you really have to feel this out. I'm not saying do this 100% of the time, because nothing ever works 100% of the time. Every situation is unique, but it's just an idea. that it's just like, oh, whatever. Because the reason why is half of the kick is already finished. All you have to do at this point is extend, boom, while raising. That's it. So it goes from this to doosh, and you would be done, bro. Like, especially, I would do that. I would plan on doing that against somebody who's drunk and trying to instigate a fight, because you won't be able to react fast enough. And that's hitting you straight in the jaw. I really hope that you're not in the middle of speaking, because it will cut your tongue in half. That would be very dangerous. It will clatter your teeth. They will break. You will not recover from that. You've lost the fight already. It's over. Right then and there, before it's even started. And that's the type of person I am. You know, I train for the what ifs, but I really hope that they don't happen. I've never been in a fight before. I'm honestly scared to get in a fight, because I mean, I've watched a lot of videos, dude. I've seen fights happen in real life, but they were never anything special. It was always in high school, people who don't know how to fight that are really, I feel like, just trying to send a message. Like, they aren't really trying to fuck the other person up. Like, really, it's like literally just a bunch of friends all like getting into a, maybe it's just because they're out of shape that it looks like they're not trying to hurt each other. But like, really, what the fuck are you guys doing? Anyways, my phone's about to die, so I gotta hurry up. Iliotibial band stretch. I don't like this one, my least favorite. We're gonna step off to the side. Boom, boom, and then twist. You're trying to stretch this area right here. This is more in like a compromised position. It feels kind of like it hurts, so we're gonna get rid of some of that leverage. I can feel like kind of popping a little bit, but I feel the stretch. I don't feel it enough, so we're just gonna work around and just feel it out. Like I said, listen to your body. I'm just not feeling it though. This is the problem right here. It's like, right, because if I do this, it'll pop. Watch. Hold up. Oh, it didn't pop. Okay, that's interesting. They used to pop. So, I don't know. I'll just hold this, I guess, because I'm having problems. Okay. All right, and normally I have like something to hold on to. This is a stretch where you really need support. So instead, what I'll do is I'll twist so that I can still keep my body parallel to the camera. And then what we're gonna do, we'll actually move ourselves further over here, right? Further, right. And then we'll just move this leg further out and use the ground as support instead. Now the stretch, I really feel it a lot better now. Okay, now we can just hold it here. Very simple. Nothing crazy. Put the foot in a position where the hip can be more free, but we're kind of losing leverage, so we'll get the leverage back with our hands. Now the foot's in a more comfortable position, and we're still stretching the iliotibial band, or whatever the fuck that is. And then just hold it, you know? Now you go on a bench and do this, and then boosh, you know what I'm saying? A whole different movement. It's about to pop. That's so weird. That feels not comfortable, I'll say that. When it pops, it's because there's so much tension on the muscle. Ooh, it feels good. And we're just gonna work it through its range of motion now. Like it's popping, but in a good way. Like I can feel it loosening up. Shoulders getting tired from supporting myself. Oh yeah, feels a lot better. Ooh. The pain is just so inconsistent. Oh. Okay. Now we're gonna take our heel off the ground and put more weight on the hip where it's stretching. Do the same thing, work it towards range of motion. Activate the glutes at the ends. Pop, you see what I'm saying? A little right here, squeeze. And then back through, squeeze. Okay, that's that leg. Now we're gonna do our good leg. Real quick though, because it does kind of hurt. Phone's at 10%, so I do have to hurry up. I would like to actually be able to finish this video and have an outro, so we are really gonna hurry up. So, same premise. Foot, support, leg, out. And now the funny part is, right? My hip actually here, always, I feel it. I don't really feel it much in the iliotibial band right here. I feel it on this side. That's just how bad my hip is. The fact that the support leg, okay, that hurts. I'll just hold it here for a little bit. But the fact that the support leg at the same spot that we're just stretching feels tired, and also, you know, like I get the same feeling from the stretch I was just doing on the support leg. It just shows how bad it is. Okay. But since this is my good side, you know, it has to be more challenging. You can't just do the same thing. Okay, now we're gonna put more weight on this foot. Okay. Now, I'm going to activate that muscle directly after we've stretched it. Rub it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit moving around. Okay. All right, now, just like that, but control it. Squeeze, down, up. Control, squeeze, down, up, controlled at the top. Squeeze. Now, I like to swing it. I don't like to control the up. I really like to focus on just getting it up there, squeezing, like really pushing the limits of range of motion instead of focusing on the muscle, and then squeezing at the top and trying to control it on the way down. So, like that, like squeeze, down, like that. Okay? Now the reason why I said this is more dynamic and the movements are similar is because of this. Boom, and then in on this side. So that's the same hinge of the joint, and then going back out. So you're getting both sides of the hip just like you are on that movement on the ground, doing that same hinge, but now incorporating more muscle into it. Right, and boost, sorry, and down, and again, this is my bad side, so we're really gonna, okay. We're really pushing it, because again, this is our bad leg, so I'm really focusing. Okay, switch sides, explode, okay, okay. up, right, right, up, right. Okay, and then the last one we're gonna do is a simple abdominal stretch, real quick. Deep breath in to expand the belly, and then reach back, arm in the air, and stretch the abdomen. I might not be able to do it. Like, my abdomen might already be stretched out, so we'll just see how it feels. We'll do our bad side first. Oh yeah, there's a stretch. Okay, and last thing real quick, shoulder stretch. Boom, just like this. And if you want to be able to hold it there without using your hand, you can get your knee. Boom. What I like to do is get my hand, guide it into that stretch position, and then comfortably put it on my knee, just because it's easier to hold this position. I don't have to use my muscle to hold it in the stretch. I can just pin that bitch and now it's stuck. So, nice little shoulder stretch, you know what I'm saying? Always do both sides. Stretch. I'm not really feeling much of a stretch on this side. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not good enough. Not good enough. There we go. Sometimes you really gotta feel it out. There you go. That is like a whole body workout type shit. Our phone's probably about to die. If you've made it this far into the video, that is what a real man's workout looks like. Nah, I'm bullshitting. You wanna see what a real man's workout looks like? Goddamn, look at Delta Force. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers, SEAL Team 6. Those motherfuckers are superhuman. They have to be. So, that's a lot of stuff that I do. Just training more so for resilience, longevity, whatever. Appreciate it. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I'm gonna just go ahead and end it short. Really ain't much of an outro to be able to do. That covers everything. This will be my outro. That covers everything. That stretches everything. I mean, it doesn't really stretch much of the chest, but we haven't really stretched the upper back muscles. If you want to do that, boom, boom, that's upper back muscles. But that gets everything almost. So really the only thing we missed there was a calf stretch, a good upper back stretch. We didn't do any neck stretches. We didn't really stretch our hands or do anything really for our wrists. Shoulders, again, we didn't really do, I mean, yeah, no, actually, no, we did do a lot for the shoulders. We just didn't do really like a stretch for the shoulders, like a, you know, that's about it though. It's the only thing I can think of. We got everything else though. The only thing I didn't do, which I actually was planning on doing this when I came out here, I'll do it real quick. It's just this for the back. Decompression, very simple. I guess I'll say my outro while I'm doing this. I appreciate you for listening this far. It's been a good 2 hours. I really wasn't planning on staying out here this long, but we got a lot done. We got our decompression now. We're about to go home and eat like a fucking king. So I'm excited for that. Fuck. I like to pull the leg in on these. But about to eat, fall into a food coma, wake up, chill out, maybe find a movie to watch or something, but that's about it. Again, appreciate you for making it this far. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.
bitch.